welcome to a Crosstrek video. I haven't done one for a while. I'm basically heading out on an off-road adventure. Gonna try to test some things. We'll see how that goes. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna find, but I'm heading out through a place called Reddington Pass, which is quite a few miles of dirt. Actually, you can kind of go, if you're familiar at all with Tucson, you can kind of go around Reddington Pass all the way through and then come up the backside of Mount Lemmon, or you can actually head kind of southeast and end up near Benson. So we'll see what I'm in the mood for, see what I have time for, and I'm gonna take some drone, camera, all kinds of different shots. So hope you enjoy. All right, so we're starting out here from leaving my house. We've got about a, I don't know, 20-minute drive maybe over to the start of Reddington Pass, and we will see what we find. Hopefully we can find some good off-road stuff. I'm gonna try to find some hills to climb, maybe play around with X mode, and try to find some sand as well. But Reddington Pass is kind of a cool area. There's a lot of hiking. There's plenty of Jeep trails, quads, motorcycles. A lot of people actually go up there and do target shooting as well. They reopened that earlier this year. It was closed for a while because people are idiots and don't clean up their mess after they shoot. Ruin it for everybody else. But really cool area. So we'll try to find some good stuff. So we're coming up to Reddington Road here. Well, we're on Reddington Road, but we're coming up to the pass. Beautiful area. The Rincon Mountains here. It's kind of on the northern, it's a pass between the northern side of the Rincons and the Catalina Mountains. So it's just a really pretty area. And as I mentioned earlier, there's all kinds of activities you can do up here on this road. So good stuff. Interesting side note about out here, Paul McCartney used to have a house out here many years ago. I'm not exactly 100% sure where it was, but it was out here in Reddington. It's supposed to be a pretty big property.
Shut up and sit down.
So we're making our way up here. The road's actually still in pretty good condition. There's a few spots that have been, we had a lot of rain this summer, so there's a few spots that are a little bit rough, but I can't imagine there's anything that we run into that we couldn't do in this car. Just got to take it easy in some spots so I don't scrape out the front. I don't have any protection under the car except for what comes stock, you know, which is basically nothing. So one of these days I might invest in some underplating. Hey guys, so we are, I don't know, 5-6 miles in, I'm not really sure. Making our way back to the backside here. I've been doing some, little bit of drone, some GoPro mounted stuff, just trying to get you guys some interesting footage. No one out here. I've seen 2 other cars the whole time. One was a Mustang that turned around way back. I'm not sure what they were thinking, and I'm sure it was a rental. So, and then one big lifted truck. But again, so far the road's been in pretty good shape. I mean, there's some areas where I've had to slow down, but as far as the road being washed out or any major impassable areas, this road's usually pretty good, and it's pretty good right now. Last time I went through here on my motorcycle, I have a KLR. Well, I just sold it, but I had a KLR. It was pretty rough back in the back here. Like I said, from all the rain I think that we had So we'll see how that goes. Heading back to a little area here that I've never been to before. See if we can find something interesting. I have no idea what's back here. All right, so I just scoped out down there with the drone, as you're probably seeing right now in the video. And I didn't really think, it looked a little bit narrow from the video, so I'm just kind of heading back this way. And we'll see see what we see down the road here. Had to use some X mode a little while ago, as you probably saw, hopefully. Some big rocks over here. This little section's the only one that's somewhat sketchy. Really, the biggest thing I worry about with this car off-road is smashing something underneath, but also tearing a tire, because I'm pretty sure these aren't really off-road rated. Here's a pretty interesting section right here too. So you could see there in that previous video how the car just kind of drifted up in the air, and this is pretty impressive by Subaru here, I think. I mean, this is stuff my Jeep used to do. Very stiff, and just did a great job here in this little section. That wasn't even really that difficult, but it was just kind of deep, so. We were just on serious 3 wheels there. That was awesome. So where we are now is we're kind of in the middle section, what I like to call, of Reddington Pass. You kind of saw earlier in the video, I think, that big ledge that kind of dropped off the mountains, the backside of the mountain there, the very east side. We're kind of going northeast now, but these roads kind of smooth out. It's a little bit nicer back here. It's not as rocky, and we're making our way to the backside here.
Romantic, isn't it?
Let's talk real quick about how the Crosstrek, this 18, is feeling off-road. I can't really tell you that there's a huge difference between this and the 14, other than when my windows are up, off-road it's quieter. The suspension seems very similar. I think this is maybe a little bit better. But the thing that I'm noticing right now so far is I only have, I don't know, does that say 13? Just under 1,400 miles on the car. And up to this point, I have no annoying rattles. In my previous Subarus, and my Crosstrek is included in that, and my STI, the car rattled almost from the get-go. And no annoying rattles, especially off-road. I used to notice in the 14 a significant amount of rattling here and there, and who knows where it came from, but I'm not noticing any of that today, and so that's kind of cool. I'm really happy about that. And you saw from that shot with the car up on 3 wheels, this thing is stiff, man. I mean, that was pretty awesome. We are going 40 miles an hour right now. Comfortable, quiet, fun, bump. This car's great off-road. And this is a pretty smooth section, but super comfortable, controlled, feels great. I love this little car. Made it through the two big washy areas. Not big, but a couple of the washy areas. Did a little hiking back there. Hopefully show you some drone footage of that. And this is all basically just dirt road now, pretty hard packed dirt road, like it's been really since we did the turnoff to Benson. Nothing real tricky, but I've been having fun driving the car around corners and stuff.
Shut up and sit down.
Well, as you can see, I just got a flat. All right, well that was exciting. So at this point you really can't see it. There's a little bit of it you can see. So this was a lot worse actually. These back in the way here, I was going 25, 30 maybe. And I just kind of came across with that left tire and something inside this dirt pile was just, it was like boom. And my tire went instantly flat. I got the little tire on. I still have about 45 miles to get home. My tire doesn't look like it's blown. I'll have to look at it a little bit closer when I get home, but I don't see any big blowout, but it went down like it blew out. So I'm thinking that just popped it off the bead maybe. I don't know. We'll find out when I get home, but I've got about an hour and a half before I got to pick up my son. So I'm gonna get going. Hey guys, well I made it home from my adventure today. Thanks to some, like I said earlier, some nice kids stopped. So my tire's fine, but you can see I chunked the hell out of my wheel. You out having fun making videos, and these are the kind of things that happen. So I'm bummed, but hopefully I can find a wheel. I saw a set of 4 for 800 bucks. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned.